Boom shakalaka, Bitcoin pumped to $108,000 by March 24th. Stay tuned. What's up everyone, Randall here from Crypto Love. Today's video, Bitcoin dumped huge. How could it possibly bounce back to $108,000 by March 24th? We're going to get into all of that today, specifically the reasons for the dump and why a repump is likely. Before we get into it, like the video, join us on Twitter with Crypto Love, and of course, subscribe to the OG Bitcoin and Crypto YouTube channel, making daily videos longer than anybody else. Now, today, fear and greed in extreme fear 21. What's that saying? Be greedy when others are fearful. It seems like everybody's fearful right now. Is this reason to be greedy? Well, you make up your own mind. The overall market tumbles another 3% today after down 8% yesterday. Bitcoin 89,000, Ethereum 24.99, XRP 232, BNB 629, Solana 143, Dogecoin 21 cents, Cardano 68 cents, and Tron 23 cents. Now, bear with me on this because this is pretty incredible chart right here. I was taking a look and we had predicted for the past couple weeks that there was going to be a breakout by March 1st. Guess what? It happened a few days before we predicted. Now, this breakout broke down to support line where Bitcoin's been going sideways forever. And the time from the top compared with the last time from the top in Bitcoin's sideways movement is this arrow right here. Now, if Bitcoin price continues, it could bring us down to this $70,000 area because there's this giant air gap in the volume profile, no Bitcoin traded hands, between $70,000 and $100,000. But I was looking at this, and this looked very, very similar to Bitcoin price pattern that I have seen before in history. As a matter of fact, it was kind of gut-wrenching. So I can imagine maybe if some of you guys are feeling gut-wrenching, but you'll kind of have to come back with me quite a ways, a long time ago, a long time ago, where take a look at this. Bitcoin price is coming down, seems to have hit a floor, and then all of a sudden the bottom drops out. Now, if we fast forward again back to today, look at this. Bitcoin price comes down to a floor and then the bottom drops out. So I was like, hey, let's play with this. Let's see how awesome this bar pattern lines up. And if we take a bar pattern from back in 2018 and just overlay it with what happened today, look at how perfectly that lines up. That is some masterful market manipulation going on. Pretty much perfectly lines up. Now, not only that, but guess what happens next? Price actually comes back to maintain this channel that Bitcoin has been in since August of last year, to maintain that channel and actually come back to $108,000 by March 24th. So I think that's a very likely scenario for what Bitcoin could do, just kind of shaking the trees, getting rid of all of the liquidity, all of the longs before price moves up. So basically shaking the stupid money from the trees. Now, with Bitcoin's tumble recently, started February doing pretty good, way up here, about $104,000. But right now, $86,000. That would make Bitcoin this month the worst February in Bitcoin's history. Historically, Bitcoin does 14% gains in February. This month, so far, negative 17% gains for Bitcoin. Now, something like this was needed. It is not a surprise. We were taking a look back on Valentine's Day, the estimated leverage across all exchanges nearing new yearly highs, signaling increased risk of liquidation events. Hence, what happened? Also, similar chart here, this was from February 18th. We were saying that the MACD just had a bearish cross on the weekly chart. Historically, this has preceded significant price corrections for Bitcoin. Guess what? It did it once again. Weekly MACD cross on a bearish precedes bearish price action. No surprise there. And just days before the Bitcoin move, the Bollinger Bands were the tightest, the third tightest they have been since 2018. Now, the first time in 2018, price corrected for 50%. The next time in 2023, price increased 200%. And we were speculating, since this is a bull market, price should continue going up. But look at this right here. Interestingly enough, this price change is the exact bar pattern we have right there. The same exact pattern played out perfectly, leading to me to think we're going back to $108,000 a lot sooner than anyone is considering. But the bears, they were hibernating, they're back out. They're saying, hey, what if this was the top right here? I mean, you can see that is a straight line. We hit the top, not going any higher. It's a possibility. I mean, I can't prove them wrong. Only time will tell. And if we take a look, there are charts like this that suggest, based on these time periods, well, it could have been inauguration day was actually the peak, and we have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave, Elliott wave, meaning that could be the top for a while. Again, only time will tell. Anything right now is just speculation. And for Bitcoin, if it does not reclaim this 92.5 territory, it could continue heading down to roughly 80,000-ish territory, or maybe even lower. Now, all of that is the bad stuff that has happened, the terrible stuff that has happened, the worst case scenarios, how bad it could get. But here's what this liquidation event actually did for the market. Take a look at this. Right now, Bitcoin is overweight on the shorts. All of the longs have been liquidated, which is exactly, if you were a market maker, what you would want to do before the price goes up. If you were smart money, you would want to liquidate the longs before the market goes up, because, hey, that's how you make a lot more money. If we take a look, tons of shorts right now, no longs, which is perfect time for the price to go up, because then you get to liquidate all the shorts as well. And we can see that selling from long-term Bitcoin holders has been exhausted once again. Now, this doesn't mean that the price is going to go up immediately. If we take a look, the last time that long-term seller exhaustion was at these levels, price still went sideways for months before going back up. But right now, Bitcoin is oversold. This is the RSI down on the bottom. You can see these green dots. Every green dot correlates with the red dot right here. And guess what? After the red dots, the price goes back up. So likely, we will see the price going back up. As a matter of fact, capitulation events like today are always followed by a 2 to 3 month cooling off period. After that is game on, like nothing ever happened for Bitcoin. So likely month, 2 months, 3 months, hopefully not to summer, because generally this summer is terrible for Bitcoin. But to rebut the people who say, well, Bitcoin has topped, if it has, I mean, that would be something brand new for Bitcoin. I mean, cycles can only be followed until they're broken. So if it is a broken cycle, yes, things will be completely different for Bitcoin, for altcoins, for everything. But if we take a look, Bitcoin's price cycle is nowhere near what we saw in the bear market rally of 2019. So you can see this is Bitcoin price to lowest trend on a log scale. You can see 2018 top, 2021 top. This was a bear market rally, a bear market. Okay, we're in a bull market, apparently, at least until things change. We're in a bull market, and we have not even reached the levels at the peak of the bear market rally, which tells me we have a lot higher left to go. And for Bitcoin, as long as the 38.2 fib level holds, then the bull run would remain intact. I mean, take a look at this. In 2017, how many times price ran up and then came back down to the 38.2? Time and time again. Same thing happened here in the 2020-2021 rally until it broke through, and that was the end of the bull market. You can see when it broke through, didn't hold the 38.2, that was the end of the bull market. Well, look at this. We've already done it a couple times so far this cycle. Bitcoin price right now would need to hold $80,000 for the bull run to continue. Now, that being said, we do know that some large players are buying a lot of Bitcoin. El Salvador, potentially one of the future's richest countries in the world, has been buying 1 Bitcoin a day for a long time. Now, with the dip yesterday, they bought 7 Bitcoin because apparently they thought that yesterday's price was the best price you're going to see for Bitcoin for a while, buying a week's worth in one day, so pausing their Bitcoin a day for a week, but buying it all because probably that price seen yesterday we won't see for a long time. And Nayib Bukele says they can never beat you if you buy the dip's presidential advice. Yes, when price dips, buy it. And some other wise advice. Taking a look at this. CZ retweeting a tweet from 2020. He's waiting for the new headline, Bitcoin crashes from $101,000 to $85,000, which is essentially what has just happened. Now, this was back in 2020 when Bitcoin was touching $20,000 on a prayer, and after that crashed down to $3,000. But now he retweets, waiting for the news headline, Bitcoin crashes from $1 million to $985,000. Save the tweet. Probably will happen about 4 years from now or sooner. So 2029 or sooner. But until that happens, I still think I'm throwing my hat in the ring. 108,000 by March 24th. We'll kind of have to see if I'm right or if I'm wrong. So that's all for this episode. If you enjoy it, there's a whole playlist up there. Crypto price predictions 2025. I'm still hopeful. I'll catch you later. Have a good one. Love you. Peace.
Boom. Shakalaka.
If you don't think Bitcoin's going to $1 million a coin and then $10 million a coin, you're already a loser.
From now on, if you don't own Bitcoin, you're a moron.